Bro, this is what real food addiction looks like.
Some people don't know why Popeyes is Popeyes, right? It's good flavor, good chicken, so-so service. It's the skin. Listen to it, baby. You make love to it. You know what I mean? If I had a pretty bitch and she was like, Will, it's you. It's me and the Popeyes. There's no debate.
If I'm being completely honest, that was not taken that long ago, but I'm changing, I'm fighting every day, and I'm never getting back to that place, ever again.
At my heaviest, I was 630 pounds. I've been documenting my weight loss journey on social media, and a lot of people are wondering how I gained that amount of weight. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't in a short amount of time. It took me about 12 years to gain 600 pounds. I started gaining weight when I was 12. My mom worked all the time, and I was in control of my diet. So I was eating what a 12-year-old eats. Candy for dinner, chips for lunch. By the time I was 14, 8th grade, I was officially a fat kid. I could tell because that was the last time I was able to see my schlong.
Man, listen, I feel like I gotta drop a quick disclaimer before we even start this video. AG Tactical is in no way fat phobic or hate fat people or feel like fat people are less than. But we gotta talk about this son of a bitch, Will Kelly, man, because that same video that you just watched, that little snippet that I showed you, that was the same snippet that I saw years ago. It might have been a different one, but I think I was able to track down the original clip that I saw, right? Before I was a content creator, before I was anything online, I saw him and I started following his journey as a fan. You know, Will Kelly, he's 600 pounds, right? At least his last weight was recorded at 600 pounds, and he said, you know what? I'm going to change my life. Damn, that's powerful. A young black man who wants to change his life for the better. Ain't that beautiful? Isn't that just wonderful? You know what I'm saying? Who wouldn't want to get behind this who wouldn't want to get behind this overweight gentleman and watch him really change his life and, let's be honest, potentially save his own life, right? And that's until I found out that this whole entire thing is just a gimmick to get attention. Because when I tell you I followed this guy for months and months, months turned into years, and years turned into other years until I started to realize this motherfucker's not losing no weight. The whole channel revolves around him changing his life and losing the 600 pounds and going to a goal of less weight. Tell me why 2 years later, this man has every excuse in the book as to why he's not losing weight. And the biggest thing about his content is that he'll go to his old fast food restaurants that he used to eat at and show the people his order. I used to order this. I used to order 5, 6 hamburgers and the fries. And this is what I'm not doing anymore. Motherfucker, why aren't you losing weight then? Anyways, I don't want to talk too much. Let's go ahead and watch the original video of him saying he's going to change his life. And then let's get deeper into the content. I do believe that this turned into a weight loss journey. It turned from that into a clout chasing high. And he forgot all about actually losing the weight. Let's check this out, though. Give me a moment.
I isolated and I started to eat a lot. And by the time I graduated high school, so from 14 to 18, I was about 330, 340 pounds. Then I went off to college. Somehow things got worse there too. I ended up having a mental breakdown my first semester. I deal with severe anxiety, severe depression. I've worked on it now, and it's a lot better. Taking me a long time, and at 18, I wasn't there yet. At 19, at this point, I go home. I just start eating it. I'm the most depressed, most mentally withdrawn I've ever been. I start eating everything I can. I'm eating Popeyes every day. I'm eating hot wings every day. I'm even stealing money from my mom, bro. That's how bad it got, like real crackhead stuff. So that happens when I'm about 19. I end up going back to college, a different school this time. I'm kind of the same weight then. I'm about 380 at this point. I stay about 380 for a year, and then I drop out after my sophomore year. Once I drop out, I go and I get a job, and that's when the weight gain really starts to happen.
And all of this, in my opinion, is relatable to me, which is why I was a supporter for at least a year until I realized that this is a clout-hungry little little fat boy demon, and he doesn't give a fuck about losing weight. He just wants clicks and views, and that's the problem with social media. But when you hear his story, I feel like you can relate to that. And it might not be eating, but if you have addiction issues, and I feel like my whole family, well, not my whole family, but a lot of people in my family have addiction issues, you can kind of relate to that struggle. But it's almost like you can relate to it, and you see someone taking accountability for it and saying they're going to do better. That's something that naturally human beings want to be able to ride behind. I wanted to ride behind it. I mean, give me something. I mean, you could go down 10 pounds every 6 months, and as long as it's just consistent progression, I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I want to... This is where he got a lot of people. I feel like this is where he got a lot of people hooked. He threw the line out there and told everybody his problems. And he said, I'm going to fix it. Watch me do it. Support me. Watch me do it. But anyways, let's finish his intro to the world, right? And we'll go from there, because it has definitely expanded into something that I did not expect to happen.
Now I have money. I have money that I can buy food with. I don't go out with friends anymore. I don't hang out with anybody. I'm literally spending my whole paycheck on bills and food. And I'm eating well. I'm eating like Ruth's Chris every night. And I go from $380 at 20 to 500 at the beginning of 2022. So I was 22 years old at that point. And that's when things got really, really bad. So I'm around 500 pounds now at 22 years old. Severely depressed because my body is now changing in a real way. My legs start to swell up. I'm immobile at a certain point. All I can do is sit in my house and eat. And that's how I gained the next 130 pounds. I ended up working from home. I was working remotely. And it was the same thing. I'd get my check, except I wasn't leaving the house at all. I'd order DoorDash every day. That was my life until the end of 2022 when I decided to make a change. And that's when I stopped gaining weight. It would be a while before I actually ended up starting to lose weight. That's my story. That's how I ended up gaining over 600 pounds. And yeah, thanks for watching.
So, I'm all for it, right? You know what I mean? You want to change your life. You want to grow. You want to be Mr. Not even Mr. anything. You just want to change your life. You want to grow. And God damn it, maybe you want to make a little money off of it too. Maybe you want to grow a following and make some damn money off of it too. I can support that. So I was on for the train, but usually when you see stuff like this, you'll see other content creators who were huge. They used to be 600 pounds. Now they're 300 pounds. They used to be 300 pounds. Now they're 250, right? Usually these content creators, they'll incorporate gym, they'll incorporate meal prepping, lifestyle tips and tricks, and you'll see this is not a new thing. Fat motherfuckers been losing weight online for decades now, and it's cool. It's a surefire way to get views. People always will tune in to the self-improvement, right? This is where the first red flag popped up for me in his content. Was instead of showing the gym and the work that he's putting in, he's going to show you all the old places that he used to eat, and he'll show you his order, and he won't show you on the computer screen. No, he's going to actually go there and order the shit and show you. Something about that was a red flag to me. Like, motherfucker, are you still eating that shit? Right? Hold on. Let me give you an example of what I mean. There are 10s of 20s of 30s of 40s of videos just like these. Let me give you an example.
This is what I used to eat at Chili's when I was over 600 pounds. It was crazy. Let's check it out. All right, guys. Today, I am at the legendary Chili's. I've done Fridays. I did Applebee's. Now we're at Chili's. Look at this. They got a chili as the door knob. Can you see it? That's how special this place is. You never know what you're going to get. I need a place that's kind of like isolated in the back. Is that cool? Yeah. Can we actually get the corner right there? Awesome. I need isolation, all right? I am an artist. I need to be able to record without having to deal with people saying they're making noise and they're bothering my meal. Yeah. No complaints. You said you think they know who I am, correct?
Yeah, I think.
So why can't I ask them if they know who I am?
Let them come over there and greet you, man. I'm just saying, stop being, so thirsty for people to recognize you. Let them recognize you.
I'm not thirsty. They do.
Low key, even his fucking cameraman. So this is the problem, right? We're gonna continue with this damn video, but this is a clout demon. Maybe he had the idea when he posted that first video, but he has severely lost the plot since then. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's continue with this guy's order.
Sometimes I'm like, do I love Applebee's? Do I love Chili's? Who do I love, you know? But then I realize it's kind of like your children. You never pick between your kids, okay? My mom picked me over, well, I can't say that because me and my brother aren't seeing eye to eye right now. Still love you, big bro.
Everybody else being big, be big. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna judge you.
How much do you think they weigh? Like my 600-pound lifestyle
I've
stuff?
definitely seen somebody who took over like the whole, like one of those booths just by themselves.
So you would say, Will Kelly's not that big, really. And he's changing his life.
You are.
High five. I asked the person who brought it over if we could record them bringing it over. She said, oh no, that's okay, thanks. And sped walk off. I was like, oh my God, my bad. Sorry, oops. All right, look at what we got here, all right? We got chicken tenders, we got ribs, and we got fries. This is at least 2,000 calories, guys. And if you don't know, 2,000 calories is what the average person is supposed to be eating in a day. I'm giving this over to Santiago. He says he loves the ribs at Chili's, as did I at one point, but you know, I've changed my life. Santi, I guess, hasn't, you know. Somebody actually asked Santi, does he eat the food? You think Santi gonna turn down a free meal? You think he choked all over it, touched all over it? Santi don't care.
Yeah, he gave Santiago the meal. I'm sure he did. You know, man, let me show you guys another one, right? Because he's eating this food and you can literally see him salivating over that shit. He's like, I'm about to eat that more. Like, I don't know. Motherfucker really, it pisses me off so much because this is the content. We're not going to the gym. Granted, I will give you that he's gone to the gym every once in a while. We'll get to that in a minute. That's for later. But 80% of his content is going to fucking restaurants and ordering big back meals and acting like he's not eating it. I'm gonna do one more before we move on.
This is what I used to eat at Chipotle when I was over 600 pounds. It was crazy. Let's check it out. Chipotle. Also known as Chipotle Mexican Grill. Let's start off with this. What type of artwork is this? Is this supposed to be an Aztec? Now, Chipotle is not as bad as Taco Bell, but gentrification nonetheless, and you know we're gonna call it out every time, guys. Chipotle is a very interesting case study because they do everything not to look like fast food. Look at the walls. Look at the artwork. These are like legitimate photos. I feel like Chipotle was like the inventors of the fast food that's not gonna feel like fast food. It's like higher level fast food, but fattening nonetheless. Let's indulge. What's up, man? How's it going? Can I get a bowl with double rice? Yeah, let me get the lid, bro. Double white. Let me get double black beans, double chicken, and double steak. What's that, man? What's that? It's carnitas. Carnitas apart? Yeah, all right, cool. Let me get some cheese. Let me get some guac. Oh, we cooking with gas, man. Also, a large drink, a large chips and quesos. Let me get a brownie, gang. You like the brownies? Wait, no, I didn't like the smile. Wait, what's wrong with the brownies?
Oh, no, that's because this is my face.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me get a brownie. Huh?
Brown?
A brownie.
Oh, brown. We don't got no brownies.
You ain't got no brownies?
No,
You got a
don't have any
cookie?
Sweet treats, not even.
Oh my God.
And all we got is chips and queso or guac.
Well, I'll take the chips and queso, I guess.
Alright, it was large, right?
Yep. Oh my God. They used to have brownies. They used to have the best brownies here. Not your average brownie. They used to have the best brownies here. And now they're gone. Like everything else I love in my life. We have our food. Let's go discover ourselves. I gotta be honest with you, bro. I don't like the dark ambiance in here. It brings my energy down. Ooh, now hiring.
No, I'll tell you what's bringing your energy down. It's those 3,000 calories of goddamn sludge and bullshit that you're putting into your gut. That's what's bringing your energy down. Quite fucking literally. Your heart is screaming for help. Screaming. And one thing, this is what he used to eat at Chipotle, right? Why was he so distraught that they didn't have the fucking brownies? That is a genuine question. I'm not being an asshole. Why is he so destroyed that they don't have no damn brownies anymore? They don't even carry that shit no more, right? If he's not even finna eat that shit. You're not finna eat it. You listen, you're changing your life, bro. What are you talking about? You're not finna eat that no way. You're just showing us on the camera, right? Man, listen. Clout really got to him and I feel like he lost the plot, right? And I will say, I do think this is one self-loathing bastard, and I'm not saying that to be mean. I think it's just true because he's almost like a female who can't take accountability. You know, that's how I see him. You know, because he made this big challenge. He went on the internet saying that he's going to lose weight, and none of us expect him to be 150 pounds in a year. Nobody expects that, right? But he takes on this big challenge and commences to have zero progress and then gets mad at everybody else for calling them out on it. That's what really irritates me about Will. So let me show you something that happened recently, right? Mind you, this challenge online thing was posted about 2 years ago, right? So he's 2 years deep. The video I showed you at the start of the clip you saw at the start of this video was some years ago, right? This is how he looks around this time, and tell me if you can tell a difference.
I stepped on the scale for the first time in about a month, and I'm 560 pounds. That's the most that I've weighed in more than a year.
Bullshit.
And seeing that number really had me frazzled. It really shook me up.
Oh man, the copium. He's on that copium. He's inhaling the copium to the largest degree. What do you mean you didn't step on the scale for a really long time and 560 is just, it really frazzled you? Bro, it's been 2 years, gang. You have made zero progress and all you do is videos about what you used to eat. My boy, you still eat that now. Take some accountability. But anyways, let's let him talk.
I feel my body changing. I feel myself gaining weight, moving a little slower, feeling a little heavier, but I never would have thought I was 560. I get so much backlash in the comments that when everyone was talking about, Will, you don't do workouts, Will, you're eating your power meals, blah, 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 all of these things that just aren't true, it really made me go into rebellious mode. I was like, forget it then, bro. I'm going to eat what I want. I'm going to stop working out. I'm going to do what I want to do. Fine. Forget it. But I realize I'm really just hurting myself. Most people who watch my videos aren't locked in. Most people watch it for 30 seconds and go about their day. But there are some people who watch who are really counting on me. And I can't quit on those people. I can't quit on myself. I can't give up. And I can't self-sabotage because some other people are trying to put me down. So I went and got a gym membership. I'm back in the gym tomorrow.
Man,
I'm back on my diet. I won't quit. I'm changing my life. And if you're here with me, please let me know in the comments. I need all the support possible. Gotta get back to it, man. Gotta get back locked in, bro. We back. I'm back.
All right, so you gotta give it to him, right? He posts the gym every once in a while, right? Every once in a while, but the majority of his content is going to these same fast food restaurants, and then he's wondering why he's not making progress. And mind you, this guy had an entire trainer, right? He had a trainer who apparently was training him for free because, like myself, apparently this guy thought that he had it in him to make a change in his life, right? So he had a trainer and he fired him. So I want to show you some clips of, the honeymoon stage between him and his trainer, because I feel like you meet the trainer and everything's good, but then when they start to push you, it gets a little bit harder. The second it got hard, he fired the trainer because he was telling them what he needed to hear. Let me show you a little clip, right? Real quick.
Then me and Coach B are gonna teach you how to become sex symbols. It's gonna be crazy. Crazy. Crazy.
But see, the whole thing about this thing is I had to mute the music because it was copyright. The whole thing about this thing is this is all content for this guy, in my opinion. I think he started seeing the millions of views and the traction he was getting. You know, that coach that he had, I could imagine that he's a serious guy when it comes to fitness. He's serious about what he does. So when he was falling off of the regimen and he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, and he's not eating the calorie deficit that he's supposed to be eating, the coach let him know, told him about himself. Guess what he does? He fires the coach. This is the shit I can't get behind, bro. This guy, he wants the clout, the clicks and the views, while not realizing he's making himself look like an idiot for the whole internet. This shit is ridiculous, bro. And you know, I'm doing this whole video because I saw another one of his videos recently, and that shit just pissed me off, bro. But anyways, let me show you the moment he decided to fire his trainer because he doesn't accept him for who he is in the moment, or some bullshit that he had to say.
I fired my trainer. If you're someone who's been following my journey, you know I had a trainer I was very close to, Coach B. Coach B is the best trainer in Chicago. He agreed to train me for free. And
for free?
I fired him. I sent him a text like a coward, even though all he's done for me is look out for me. All he's done for me is try to help me. All he's done for me is try to get me to win. I didn't like the way he talked to me in the session, and because of that, I just quit. M, a woman I very much cared about, the woman I made the I'm dating a single mom video about, basically sent me a text and said she wanted nothing to do with me. And instead of giving her space so maybe we can rekindle something, I bombarded her with text and phone calls until eventually she felt the need to block me on everything. I was on the phone with my best friend of 8 years, and I told him that I didn't have any friends, basically alluding to him that him and I weren't friends either.
But do you get the trend that's happening, right? He's trauma dumping, showing you his personal life, text messages, all this shit, just for some clicks and views, bro. This motherfucker's spiraling, but at the same time, he's like, let me get it on camera real quick, and let me show you my titties real fast. The fuck, man? Put a shirt on.
I'm self-sabotaging, bro, and I don't know why. Every time I eat a meal, I know I'm not supposed to be eating it, but I do it anyway. It's almost as if my identity is completely attached to being miserable, and I'll do anything to stay there. I always complain about how alone I feel, and when great people like Coach B come into my life, I push them away. I don't know what's wrong with me, bro. And I genuinely don't know what to do. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be a different person. I don't know why it's so hard for me to change. I don't know why it's so hard for me to accept love from other people. And it's ruining my life. I know with the way I eat, if I continue down this road, bro, I'm not going to live another 10 years.
Okay, so then we get into the Boohoo, right? You know, the Boohoo. This is his brand. You know what I'm saying? This is his whole brand. But I really do feel like this is a special case of human, because I don't even think he really makes too much money off of this. Like, sure, he has hundreds of thousands of followers and shit, but it's on Instagram. Like, not to be a pocket watcher or anything, but besides sponsorship deals and some brand deals here and there, I don't really think he makes that much off this content. I think this is one of the few people who are just clout demons. They just love the attention. Maybe he never got none because he was a little chubby as a kid. And now that he got that spark of attention, he doesn't care about his health journey or his weight loss journey. He just wants those clicks. And what always does, if you'll notice, what always does really good views is when he goes to those restaurants and reviews the bullshit he used to eat. But my thing is, I don't think he's strong enough not to eat that shit. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. This is just what I think. This is my opinion. I'm not saying this is what he's doing. I think he eats that shit every fucking time. He goes to Popeyes. This is what I used to eat. He eats that shit. He goes to Burger King. This is what I used to eat. He eats that shit. The fuck you talking about? How is he not eating it? Motherfucker went from 600 pounds to 560 in 2 years. And I don't even think he's 5'6". Man, he's made zero progress. But anyways, off of the fame and off of the fortune, or maybe just the fame, he also got himself a girlfriend, but he broke up with her because she was being real with him. So let me show you that real quick, because I just really do think this is a self-sabotaging machine, and he doesn't care about losing weight.
I broke up with my girlfriend, and honestly, I feel relieved. I still love Z, but Tina loved Ike. What's love got to do with it, dog? I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I was miserable. She's probably watching this right now, so I'm gonna keep it as respectful as possible. But being 100% honest with you, I really think she was trying to kill my spirit. And the problem is, she almost did it. I was so anxious being...
She was trying to kill his spirit. Maybe she actually just loved you and was saying maybe... No. Sorry. She was trying to kill your spirit.
Her because nothing I did ever felt good enough. All it was criticize. At least that's how I felt. She said that she loved me, but I realized there's no way she could have loved me because she really didn't even accept me. Even when I talked to her about having to make this video, she said to me, I was trying to fix you. Bro, I don't need to be fixed. I'm okay. And I'm really realizing that for the first time in my life, that there's nothing wrong with me. I like who I am. For the first time in my life, I like who I am. I like talking shit with my friends. I like playing on stake all day. I'm really good at it. I play blackjack. It's so much fun. I have such a great time while doing it. I like making videos. I like talking about my life and posting it on the internet. It's fun for me.
You do realize that's like an advertisement he threw in there, right? You know what I mean? So maybe he is making a little bit of money. I don't know. I didn't know he had a steak advertisement deal. You realize how he smoothly stuck that in there, right? This guy don't give a fuck about losing weight. Man, he just wants them clicks and views. He wants them checks to clear. This motherfucker has not lost he hasn't lost shit since I started following him.
Let me calm down. Z is a great person. The day after I broke up with her, she sent me this message. And after I read it, it really had me thinking, wow, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe we should get back together, whatever. But I realized if I'm going to become the person I want to become, if I'm going to lose this weight, if I'm going to get my spirit up, if I'm going to do everything I need to do to be the best Will Kelly possible, I have to accept myself. And the person I'm with also has to accept me for who I am today, not who I'm going to be in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So me and Z are done. Do you think I'm tripping? Do you think I'm doing too much? Let me know in the comments. Again, this is my first.
Let me know in the comments, guys, and make sure you like my channel and subscribe and share my video. I love you. I'll see you later. Man, you don't give a fuck about her or your weight loss journey. You love the attention. Shit is crazy, bro. You're bugging, motherfucker. She told you some shit you didn't like. She told you some shit that was true, and you couldn't handle it. That's honestly what happened. I'm gonna be real with you. Now, I understand you have bills to pay and you have content to do, but the whole thing is, the whole promise you made to your audience, the whole reason majority of the people who are following you follow you was because you were going to lose the weight. Were you scared that when you lose the weight, nobody's going to follow you anymore? Or are you just a lazy fuck who likes the clicks and views and decided that you'll just keep going to fast food restaurants, doing the orders that you used to do, and you'll just grift off of that for the next 10 years? Which one? Man, listen, bro. This guy pisses me off so deeply. You know what I mean? I might do another video, but I had to talk about it. He popped up on my shit, and I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm not saying there's no redemption for anybody, like you can't redeem yourself, but as of right now, this guy is a fucking clown. He's not legit. I'm not being a hater. He has not lost a pound. I was one of the people on the ground floor. I was on the phone. Follow, like video. I support you. I probably even dropped a couple of comments like, keep going, bro. You got this. Man, he ain't losing a goddamn pound. Anyways, folks, hit the like button, hype the video, all that good shit. I love you guys, man. I just wanted to talk about it. You know what I mean? But anyways, go check out the main channel. I love you guys, man. You let me know if I'm bugging. Let me know if it's just a journey and it takes time. But I'll tell you one thing, I've seen a lot of people go on a lot of journeys when it comes to weight loss, and it never looked like this. Me myself, I'm a skinny bastard, so I can't really, I never went through any of those journeys. But for the people I've seen go through it, it's never looked like that. I'll see you real soon. Peace.